Of course, my phone overheats, so we'll just have to deal with that. But I just turned down the brightness. Nope. Okay. Nope. I want to turn back to Pogo. There you go. Okay, so give me a second to set up this Twitter poll. Okay, I took my phone out of the case as well, so hopefully it won't overheat this time. Okay, let me add the 3 choices. So we have Pidgeot, which hopefully I don't think I've spelled correctly. Let me see here. No, I definitely did not spell it correctly on my spreadsheet, so I'll just correct the spelling here. And then we have Pidgeot, Hypno, and Ditto. So let me just set this up. And I'm going to copy this text here. And then okay, hopefully I can just hear myself there. And I need to set up the time length of this Twitter poll. There you go. Okay. Hopefully my game will load as well. Okay, of course it doesn't load because my everything is lagging here. Okay. I might have to go to take a look here. Come on, load. If not, I'll have to go to data and get off Wi-Fi. Sometimes my Wi-Fi is like a little sketchy around here. Come on. Okay, I will. Come on. Load game. How's it going? There you go. Now it's loading. It's going wrench 4607. Okay. It's taking its sweet time. I do need to get a new Android phone so I can do these live streams better. Currently I'm using the Pixel. You know what? Let's just get this over with. Hopefully I'm still in some gyms. I hope so at least. Okay, it's not letting me throw down star pieces because it can't. There's like GPS is like pretty terrible in this building, so I'm just gonna hopefully, there you go. Okay, and I kind of need the GPS as well for, come on. It is lagging like crazy, mostly because my phone is very warm right now. Sorry for everyone for the technical issues. Okay, I think it is Blissey. Boom. Okay, give it a second for that to load. Okay. If you have okay, good question. If you could have any Pokemon as a tier 3 raid boss, what would it be and why? Preferably one that hasn't been a tier 3 raid boss before. So I guess like one I always suggested that I thought would be really good, like both interesting and challenging, is like a Pokemon like Gardevoir. When you run the simulation, it's actually like pretty tricky. And as well, it has like what does it have? It has like Dazzling Gleam, Psychic, and then Shadow Ball. So like a pretty like decent range of movesets that you can go against, and as well as Confusion, which is like a very hard-hitting defensive move. Okay, okay, and then I'll just bury this Stay Keener individual. And then I should be at 100,000 after this. Oh man, my actual live stream here is pretty far behind. I just want to see where I'm at. How many? Okay, good question. Let me show that after I take this screenshot. This should set me at 100,000. Yeah, I think Gardevoir would be a good one. It's like kind of a rare Pokemon, so like lots of people would be interested in it. Let me just, you know, shiny check this Makuhita. Alright, of course not shiny. Game is extremely laggy, as you can see as this ball turns. I'm just gonna throw at it. Okay, obviously I missed it. Okay, there you go. Okay, there you go. The patronizing make 3 great throws. So I'm on star piece, so should get the additional dust for that. 6 days free. Beautiful, wonderful. Let me just take this screenshot here. Ooh, 100,000 berries. Let me just take this screenshot. Oh, nope, of course I didn't take the screenshot. There you go. Okay, I on it. Screenshot. There you go. 100,000 berries. Let's get back to powering up this Umbreon. Come on. I wish I could live stream on my iPhone. It'd be a lot quicker. Or if I should just get a newer Android phone. I think Pixel 2. The conflict I have is like, should I get, you know, a newer Android phone? I mostly used Android phones the last couple years, or just like get a, and then, you know, obviously do like live streams and other stuff on it, or do I, you know, get a new iPhone? So this is gonna take a while to power up, so keep asking questions. Look like Ditto won. Looks like Ditto won. Won the last poll, so I'll be powering up that Ditto. I remember when I caught that Ditto, I think it was some event. I can't remember, like a double XP event or like 6-hour lure event. Because I went home, I praised a bunch of things, and I was like appraising every Ditto that I could possibly catch because I really wanted a 100% one, or like a high IV one. I think my highest one I had before was like a 93%, and I appraised every single one. I've caught in like, I don't know, like 1,000 Dittos or whatever. And I remember I always like told people, like, when we played at like a quad lure at PK, which is a corner of Princess King in Toronto, where we played a lot. I'm like, make sure you catch all the spawns, right? You never know, blah blah. You should always be catching them. Then I went to call somebody, and then while I was on the call, and I should have kept catching, even though I was on this call, but like I was like, oh, I'm like a little too far north of these two stops, and then I finished the call. I go back in. They're like, oh, King, did you catch that? I can't remember if it's a 96 or 98% Ditto. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've literally caught like everything on these lures every weekend for God knows how many weekends, and then I missed the Ditto. So, but then when I caught the 100% one, I was like freaking out, taking screenshots of it, and being all excited about it. And then I stopped appraising Dittos after that. Oh, Kaito, you have fans? Dylan from Twitter. I'm looking forward to use. I was hoping that, you know, Umbreon's like has like low attack but like decent defensive stats. I was hoping that it would be at least a decent defender. Yes, she does. Oh yeah, no, yeah, she has great cats for sure. I think it gets like just over 2,000 CP. I wish there's like a faster way of doing these power ups, but unfortunately there is not. Oh man, you're asking these tough questions, which is good. Is there any question I asked John Hankey for a definitive answer from him? I think like for me, like I'm always thinking about like content that could like create really something really interesting. Oh man, this is gonna take forever to power power up. I think like so for me, I want to know more about PvP. Even though I'm like, I don't know if I'd be like a huge fanatic. I think I would like play obviously do PvP quite a bit. I think like just understanding the timeline for PvP and the mechanics if it's possible. So yeah, I think that's what like I would ask, try to get a definitive answer. But like, you know, you know, like other things like in-game map would be nice and all these other things. So I'm glad you guys listened to the podcast. Oh man, Ash, why do you hate Julio? What's happening here? Be friendly in the chat here. I should make someone a. You know what I'm gonna do? There you go, Kaito. I made you a moderator, so I need you to moderate this chat for me, okay? Don't troll too much. Okay, I made you a moderator. Yeah, okay. Okay, well, don't bully each other. Julio's a friendly guy. Yeah, this is taking a while. It's costing me a lot of Stardust, but that's totally fine. You know, that's why you grind so much. Like, someone asked me on Twitter, like, aren't you worried that, level cap's going to be raised, which I'm sure it is at some point. I don't know when. And then hopefully corresponding Pokemon level will be raised as well. Oh, now you're yeah, be nice, guys. Be nice, everyone. Hopefully Pokemon levels will be correspondingly raised. And someone asked me, aren't you worried that like you won't have enough dust or whatever? And like for me, it's like there's like a couple of factors in one. Like I have like quite a bit of dust already. 14, probably closer to 13 million after this. And as well, like they're making like dust easier to obtain than ever before. So like for example, like during the double dust and the triple dust event, I think I accumulated over 5 million, probably close to 6 million dust. And I remember like it probably took me, so when I hit 40, I probably had like 1 million something dust, and I'd probably spend like 2 million dust at that point in time. And then from there, it probably took me, up until April. It's like 9 months to reach 5 million dust or something like that. Or maybe it was sooner, I can't remember. But it took me like several months to, don't abuse your powers, please. I will, so. And like now, the game and landscape has totally changed, which I don't mind at all, right? Like, I think it allows people to, catch up in the meta, like especially if they haven't been playing a while, and power up Pokemon that they need to, and as well encourages gameplay and community. And like it's totally an expected thing that's gonna happen. Like these scarce resources are gonna become less scarce over time because their uses are gonna be more. You need more Pokemon to handle these different raid bosses, and then as well to add different aspects of the game. Okay, question from random guy. Do you think I could do 100 raids in a major city like Toronto by going to all gyms solo, but assuming that other people would join? Like in Toronto, and I'm assuming this is like in other major cities. Like if you go to at Hatch and it's like a legendary raid, and it's like in a decently popular location, yeah, you could. And then if you include like things that you could solo as well, like tier 3s and 2s and whatever, yeah, I think you could hit 100. But like you got to really be there at Hatch. Like they're not filled with lobbies. There's some places like my friend Alan was in San Francisco, and he said like lobbies were full. Every lobby was full. Sometimes full of spoofers, unfortunately. And like not actual people there, and so in places like that you could do it, but in Toronto it's like unless you're there at Hatch, it's like very unlikely that people are going to join the raid or join the raid consistently. So it's a good question. Yeah, like showing the exact values is like would be interesting as well. Okay. Okay. There you go. 100% Umbreon. How many people have seen 100% Umbreon next? Okay. Let me set up the next one. I gotta power up a Ditto afterwards. Okay, let's do this. Okay. The next one's kind of a fun one. Like kind of a... At least I tried to make it some themes. Add some polls. So we're gonna do Vileplume, Parasect, Kingler. Ooh, that's a good one. Guess it contains my name. Hopefully more incentive for people to vote. Or Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff. Very, you know, popular Pokemon in the older gens. Okay, let's set up this poll. I wish I could set up default to be 5 minutes, but that's totally fine. Okay, don't forget to go on Twitter to do the poll. Poll just went up. Okay, perfect. Okay, it's kind of low quality. Okay, excellent stream. Okay, perfect. Let's go to Ditto. Oh man, it's a pretty... No, it's not that low of a level. Kind of. It's going to still take a while. So let's power up this Ditto. As you can see here, I have 3,869 candy. I know. It was in this perma-Machamp meta that we live on. Okay. Well, go to Twitter and, you know, cast your vote. I'm doing it based off of... Oh, I have one shiny... Maki, I'll do that after this Ditto. I'll keep forgetting. Apologize for that. Yeah, like Wigglytuff is like, you know, no, both Wigglytuff and Hypno are well, more so Hypno is like a decent defender, but that's okay. Maybe another battle. Hey, Tarsala, hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly. Hey, Watchdog, how's it going? Here, powering up a Ditto. Okay, it looks like some active votes here. Parasect and Kingler taking the quick lead, followed by Wigglytuff. Max out Skitty. It's love. It's not on the list. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, guys. Yeah, this 100 Ditto is like... It was awesome. Like, I've caught so many Pokemon that could have been Ditto. And so it's pretty exciting to finally get one. Oh man, is it a tie right now? It is a 4-way tie. Interesting. Okay, sure, I'll show the shinies afterwards. I just want to get through these power-ups right now. I think it goes like 600 CP or something like that. Max out Skitty. Sorry, love. Another video or a live stream. Let's see here. Can't really see how many people are on this in this particular view. I forget the link that I did to. Oh, there you go. Live dashboard. That's what I want. I think that's what I want. Okay, I think that is. It is. Okay. There you go. Great. Now I don't have to look at my other max out Meowth. I don't even think I have a Meowth. I'll show my shinies afterwards. I just want to get through these power-ups and then go from there. Spinning. You know, I don't mind. At one point in time, I wouldn't even consider powering up these non-meta Pokemon, but, you know, the view on Stardust, and at least for me, has changed. I'm gonna grab my. I need to grab my tablet power cord. So. But how are you guys doing with Stardust? Have you guys noticed it's been easier or harder? What do you usually do the EX raid? Like, I raid all over Toronto. Obviously my last EX raid was in Texas, where I royally screwed up. But my EX raids have been like all over Toronto. That's because I raid a lot there. Yeah, I had one at High Park. That's correct. Max out a shiny. Well, maybe in a 3,000 subscriber video. Let's see here. Yeah, High Park is where I did do one EX raid. It's a bunch of people. But like, yeah, I'm eventually gonna, at some point in time, I'm gonna max out 13 Mewtwo's, I think. I'm gonna do 6 with Psychic moves, and then 6 with Shadow Ball, then 1 with Focus Blast. I don't think I'll ever need Hyper Beam. Hey Jacob, how's it going? Let's get to it. Thank you, Kaito, for moderating. Maybe I'll use this Ditto in a, EX raid at some point, I guess. It wouldn't last very long. Because, like, Ditto, even though it basically copies all the stats of the Pokemon except for its stamina, including moveset. No, that's awesome. Like, powering a Pokemon is fun for sure. Very nice, 6.5 million. No, but please don't install that software. Actually. Just gonna moderate that. There you go. I'll show my shinies afterwards. Oh, really? That's awesome, John. I didn't realize three of the EX triggers of mine came from lobbies you were at the same raid. That's awesome. I did not know that. We kind of like raid. Oh yeah, no. Do you want to? Funny username if you. Yeah, funny username if you want to keep attending these live streams. I'll definitely make you a moderator soon enough. Hey Joel, how's it going? Okay, let's see here. Almost maxed out. Yeah, kind of raid all over the place. A little bit less now. It's because I've been in Texas the last four weekends with Kaito, which was super amazing. But now I'm back and we'll be raiding tomorrow. I have to raid early tomorrow morning, so it's gonna be kind of brutal tomorrow morning, but that's perfectly fine. You can see here I got this one Go Plus 718 Ditto. Okay. Let me just set up the next one. I don't know who actually won the last Twitter poll. Oh, it looks like, wow, Vileplume came out of nowhere. Interesting. I think I spelled Lickitung wrong in my... Yeah, I did. Okay, 1 second. Let me just set up the next Twitter poll. Twitter poll. Lickitung. This is kind of a fun one. Lickitung. Nino Queen. Ooh, okay, this is gonna be a tough one. Legacy charge. Ooh, okay. Kaito, you might need to reinforce your vote for this one. Okay, poll is up. So, Lickitung, Nidoqueen, Legacy Charge Move Amistar, or Porygon 2. So, let's see. Okay, Vileplume surprisingly pulled out. It's a very popular one. Interesting. I didn't think it would stand a chance. So I almost had 5,000 auto chain. That's pretty good. Okay. It unfortunately doesn't have a great moveset. Petal Blizzard is not that great compared to Solar Beam. So let's see here. Ooh, okay, first vote in is for Porygon 2. Hopefully I have enough Porygon candy. I think I do. I think all these I checked. I make sure I had enough candy to do it. Vileplume's like, you know, maybe before Gen 3 came out, and maybe it was like a top 6 grass Pokemon. So like you obviously had Executor. This is before Gen 3, so you had like Executor, you know, Venusaur, Victory Bell, and that might have been it. And then obviously Vileplume after that. But now you have like these other grass Pokemon like Shiftry and Cacturne, and obviously Groudon with Solar Beam. Not grass Pokemon, but has grass movesets. Obviously Sceptile, even though I know, Kaito, you don't like Sceptile, but ooh, okay. This is getting heated. Kaito, you might need to reinforce your, put your thumb on the... Let's see who's gonna win. Obviously, unfortunately, I messed up big time. So, royal screw up of mine. We were gonna trio Mewtwo. I don't want to reveal it because like the way we were gonna trio Mewtwo was like pretty epic. It required, I'll give a few hints. It required like a lot of prep time, and what had happened was like we were getting down to like last 20 minutes, and I was like, okay, looks like we're ready to go. But obviously some people came a little later to the EX raid, and I was like, though they needed help to do it. There's like 4 of them there, so I was like, okay, I'll help them out. And I was using my Android phone. It's because I was like powering up with my iPhone to like power up the last few Pokemon. And then what happened was like, I was like, okay, because there's only like 20 minutes left in the raid, by the time we got through it, I'm like, okay, we're only gonna have like, you know, 13 minutes or so left, so I want to make sure that they beat it. So I get like pretty close to the end. I was like, and then as I'm trying to lobby out, someone calls me, and by the time I hang up the call, it's actually my internet provider called me. The Mewtwo was defeated, and it caused all sorts of chaos. So let's see who's winning. It's pretty close. Porygon 2 or Legacy Amistar. It's actually the first time I beat the... Okay, let me show shinies, actually. I promise I show that. So I got a shiny... whatever. Meditite, whatever it's called. And then I got a shiny Makita. I actually both got these on the same day. Go plus them. Or gotcha them. And this was actually not a terrible one. It's 15, 14, 4. And then unfortunately I didn't get any shiny whale mirrors. I did get 2 shiny carps. I guess they were very prevalent in the... Ooh, okay, the poll is ending. Looks like Legacy Amistar is gonna win. Okay, I just need to make one more Nice throw. Okay, let's see here. Oh, it's 450 in New Zealand. Okay, let me just click on this one more. I just need to make a nice throw. Hopefully I don't, you know. Oh man, there's definitely a little lag here. Oh, of course it attacks. No, my streak is broken. Oh, of course it attacks again. That's fine. They're able to do it afterwards. Yeah, they were able to do it with one other account of someone that wasn't able to show up, and I recommend you watch watch Kaito Non's video, because this person did not have the world's greatest Pokemon, but obviously, interestingly enough, using like Lairons and Fire Blast, Houndoom, and all these other stuff, so it wasn't that great. No, I'm not gonna delete Shinies, Julio. I don't have like a strong preference for Shinies. Okay, Legacy Almastar. And unfortunately, this is like a pretty bad IV one. No, it's like 15 attack. 15 to 10. Kaito, what do you think of that Almastar? Legacy Rock Slide. Right there. Okay, let me set up the next one. We're getting some pretty good ones. Kingdra. Azumarill. Starmie. Tauros. I gotta remember all these ones that I powered up afterwards, because I like to keep track of how many ones I have, how many maxed out Pokemon I have. So I'm gonna set up this Twitter poll. So go to Twitter, and then there you go. Next Twitter poll. Almastar. It's 12 in the afternoon in Macau. Very nice. Oh yeah, do you want to join us? We're not really wafuing. If you want to join, we're gonna start at 6 a.m. And so if you're there at 6 a.m., happy to accommodate. If you want to join us at noon, maybe a little easier with 2 cars. It's a little harder with 2 cars because like we're trying to figure out where to go as well. We can't like figure out the exact directions. But yeah, if you want to join us tomorrow afternoon, meet at PK at noon for when I'm in Europe. So I catch. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I feel like Mew is more like, I don't know. You could argue Mew is more like, you know, like Paris, I guess. But you could also argue that it's more like the Colosseum, where, you know, it's very symmetrical. Like Mew's stats are very symmetrical, which is kind of like a representation of the, kind of like a reflection of the Colosseum. Use the hammer. Okay. Kaito, don't wanna. What are your thoughts on community? I think community is amazing. I think it's one of the best ideas that Niantic has ever done, and I think it's a lot of fun. Like doing community day in Texas or doing community day in Toronto. Like so many people come out, and it's like super exciting and really interesting. So I think definitely approve of it. Okay, Watchdog, I'll see you later. Thanks for joining. Legacy Almastar. It's actually not a bad option, especially if you want to do, like, I like doing a lot of, like, you know, 12 unique duos or 18 unique trios, or, you know, 6 unique, and it's like not a bad option against like a Pokemon like Entei, for example, where it's weak to both rock and water. Boom. Legacy Almastar. Okay, awesome. Okay, let's see what Twitter says. Ooh, it looks like Tauros is in the lead. Yeah, it looks like Tauros. I'm just gonna check my Twitter notifications quickly. A lot of them are like the ending of this stuff. It feels like since it's the fighting event. Yeah, certainly. Obviously, Community Day comes with like higher probabilities of shinies. It kind of like makes it really fun. No worries, Gaming Pie. Thanks for joining. Kaito, I'm glad that you like my Alma Star. I do one of the things I want out of this event is I do want a good primate. So I've been appraising each of my every Mankey that I've been catching. Okay, let's see. So hopefully I will get a very good one. Okay, looks like Tauros is in the lead, but Kingdra is not too far behind. You know what? Okay, the funny thing is, in that Mewtwo trio, Kaito, you can link it in the comments if you want, is that even though that account was using a Lairon, it still got 3 damage. So, what is, okay, good question. What's your favorite event so far, excluding Community Day and Anniversary event? You know, my all-time favorite event, and this is more like nostalgic reasons, was Double Candy back in October 2016. Like, kind of like the first event that they ever had, because it was the first event they ever had, and there was so much excitement. And I remember I saved all these 10Ks, and I hatched like, you know, a bunch of Snorlaxes and Lapras, and I thought this is like super amazing. And then as well, in Toronto, if you know anything about the Toronto Pogo scene, like it was very popular to play at like Jack Layton, Harbourfront, like down by the waterfront. And then that place kind of got nerfed, and we kind of moved away from that place and started playing at PK, which ultimately was better for us in the long run. But because of this event, it was like Double Candy and maps were down. We were just like running back and forth, trying to chase Dratini's and, you know, doing all sorts of crazy stuff. And that was like one of my most favorite events for sure. Part of that's nostalgic actually throwing back. Like, you know, it wasn't like there was any deals or that kind of stuff. You know, New Year's event. The first New Year's event was a lot of fun because that's like the first time we ever did Mega Loop, and we like Mega Looped. We rented out this like 18 passenger van, and I was driving in, and I remember I didn't know how to start it at first, and I remember calling the car rental place, and the lady there was like, you know, just jerk the wheel a little bit, and I was kind of embarrassed by it, and because I drive like a Mazda 3, so I don't drive like large vehicles, and it was like this big intimidating vehicle, and we did Mega Loop all night, and it was really fun and a really enjoyable experience. You know, like Adventure Week last year with all those, you know, Larvatars was tons of fun and really exciting, and trying to optimize like how can you catch as many Larvatars as possible. And, you know, this like first Easter event when like so many people hit level 40, and you know, we had like all this celebration, like constant celebrations, like those were a lot of fun too. So it was yeah, lots of fun events, for sure. So, okay, are you going to be in Texas for Community Day? That is a good question. I don't know the answer to that yet. Which, okay, Tauros barely beat out Kingdra. So let me set up no, I don't want to exit Pokemon Go. Okay, let me set up the next one, which is actually a pretty good one. You know, I should write. Okay, let me copy this, copy that, set up this next one. Okay, let's power up this Tauros. This one should be quick. Oh shoot, oh nope, I set this up wrong. Yes, I did. Unfortunately, I can't. I wish you could edit tweets after the fact, but you cannot. Okay, I put it for the whole day, which I knew I was going to do that at some point in time. Just too tempting to do it early. Okay, Snorlax, Lapras, Donphan. I'm interested in seeing the results of this poll as well. Donphan, Magneton. Almost did it again. Set to 5 minutes. Boom. Okay. Let's check it out here. Okay. Tauros. Let's power up this level 35. Tauros has Zen Headbutt, Iron Head. So don't forget to... This is going to be quick. It's like level 35, so I only need to do like 10 power-ups, but that's totally fine. Okay, let's see here. What are you wondering? Funny username? I hope the windstorm didn't affect you too much so they can see you around Richmond Hill. Oh, thanks, Paul. Oh my gosh. So there's a huge like wind and rainstorm, and I'm leaving for my car. I forget my gotcha in the office. I run back to it, and like literally I was outside for like 15 seconds, and I was like soaking wet because like it was like blowing rain and it was craziness. So yeah, I almost messed up. Yeah, so you can watch that video. Tauros is going to be pretty quick to power up. Yeah, no, Kaito will be there in Texas, hopefully. What is your least favorite meta Pokemon? Oh, man, I don't know if I have, like, least favorite meta Pokemon. I don't know. Like, if I have, like, because, I don't, like, have, like, strong attachments to these Pokemon per se. Yeah, there's like crazy windstorms everywhere. I think it's like these like giant storms are coming. Least favorite meta Pokemon, good question. I don't know if I have an answer to that. A Pokemon that I like a lot, but its moveset's kind of annoying is like Kyogre, for example. Because like Waterfall, one, like a extremely slow move, two, really poor energy gain, and then you always end up getting hit by the opponent's charge moves before you do off yours, so you're not able to gain energy from it. So like it's kind of annoying to deal with, because then you have like all this wasted energy that you have, and it's like Hydro Pump's a 1-bar move. Like it'd be way better if like Kyogre had like Surf, for example. Then I think I would like it a lot better. Say Sceptile love, that means Sceptile's meta. So yeah, let's say that one is Sceptile. That's okay. You're really testing me, Kaito. Okay, let's see how this this Twitter poll is interesting. Snorlax, Lapras. Let's see, let me check out I have like a couple Snorlaxes I could power out. So I was thinking of powering up this one. And then the Lapras. I did like an AR Plus video catching this one, like a level 33 Lapras or whatever it is. Okay, and then the other two are not gonna win anyways. Okay, what Gen 4 that evolved from previous gen are you looking forward to? Man, good question. I don't know all of them, because I generally like research the gens as they start approaching. But like I think really underrated one is Electivire, like the evolved form of Electabuzz. So I've been like appraising all my Elektikids, Elekkids, I should say. to make sure I have a good ones, because like it actually has a higher attack stat than Raikou, and as well it has Wild Charge in its move pool, Thundershock Wild Charge, so it could end up being higher DPS than, way squishier though, than Raikou. Magnezone, really interesting as well. I don't know if there's any other interesting one. How about you guys? What do you guys think? I'm still under review. Would you pay? Okay, let's see here. Would you have to pay me your entire? She doesn't make any ad revenue right now, because she's still under review. So, anyways, let's see how this Twitter poll shaked out. Ooh, looks like Lapras just edged out Snorlax. Okay, let's see here. Another question was, how much does he plan spending? How much have I spent so far? I probably spent like, only like 1.5 so far or something. I've powered up some like level 35 Pokemon. I'm going to do one more power up after this one. So the next one is, am I spelling this right? Meganium? Nope, I am not. Which explains why my thing is trying to autocorrect it. Arcanine. Ooh, a good one. I got mine during the lunar event. Kabutops. Ooh, okay. Or I have a personal preference on which one I hope gets selected, and we'll see if it gets ultimately selected. And I gotta change this to 5 minutes, and then perfect. There you go. Oh yeah, Mega Yama, or yeah, whatever it's called, is a good one as well. Especially like when it comes to like from a bug Pokemon point of view, which is like I read like this Silph Road post talking about like future legendaries, and basically said like any future legend, like psychic legendary, just use Mewtwo. Like I would argue like one. That's not always the case. Like, there are some cases where you use Tyranitar or you use Gengar, depending on what movesets it has. And then as well, there's going to be all these, like, pretty OP bug Pokemon. So depending on what movesets they get, they might end up being better psychic counters than Mewtwo. Just because, like, Mewtwo's the fast moves gets resisted by these psychic Pokemon. So anyways, Lapras. Okay, let's see how people are voting. Ooh, it's looks like Arcanine's taking a quick lead, but slowly followed by pretty quick votes. Hey, PokeAK, forgot to say hi as well. What are your thoughts on spoofing? That's a good question. So, I would prefer if people didn't spoof. That's pretty much my only opinion. I don't have this, like, some people have this treacherous hatred towards them. Like, I understand they're people, and like people make these life decisions and consequences. Like, I wish they didn't spoof, because I think this game is like so interesting. You go out there and you meet all these people and interact with all these people. I met so many amazing friends just grinding endless hours, or doing raids, or doing challenges, or like when I flew down to Texas and Kaito and I duoed Latios with only Dragonites. Like, oh my gosh, like it was like this feeling, you like just being there in person and seeing each other, and going through the challenges. Like, it's just very magical. I can't really describe it for sure. Okay, thank you, Kaito, for staying on top of things. Okay, Lapras. For a good pun, if you put a wrench in here. Cheers from Lombus Duras. Okay, very nice, thank you. Especially if it's raining game, yeah. Take advantage of the weather. So like, I think that's why it's important to have all these like different Pokemon. No, for sure. I can also totally understand why people have really strong feelings towards it. For me, I don't try to take it too personally, but I can totally understand and sympathize why people have strong feelings one way or another. So for me, I would just kind of look on the positive side and try to emphasize like there's so many, amazing things I've seen playing this game, and just going out there and being in person, doing awesome things is definitely really memorable. Okay, let's see how this last poll is shaken out. Ooh, Kabutops is taken in early. Oh, hopefully I have enough Kabuto candy. Kabutops. I guess it's kind of fitting. I do have enough candy. Okay, good. I wonder where I got all the candy from. Actually, I have no idea because I have Mass Evolve. No. Brandon is like definitely running away from me. I think when he hit 100 million. That was like I want to say like April 2017. I was at like I was like 70. No. I'm trying to think. No, I maybe at like 70 million, something like that. So I was like, not too far away. And then when I hit 100, when he hit 200 million, I'm trying to remember all these dates. But yeah, no, he's like running away from me exponentially. Part of that is because like he's like this like really scientific way of grinding and getting XP, and then part of it as well is like I'm not like too big into XP anymore. It was like kind of a fun race to do it, and it wasn't even for me. Like I didn't really gain all this XP initially because I was racing anybody or trying to do anything, like trying to be number one in anything. I was doing it because like I was like helping people get to level 40, and like when you help people get to level 40, the easiest way is to like show them and go through the grind with them. And because I was like basically imagine like I was helping people get from like level 35 to 40, right, which is like almost 10 million XP. So I was like basically going through these like classes of people that I was helping and grinding with them, and then eventually I just started getting all this XP. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm 50, 60 million, 70 million, and I just kept like going from there. And it's been a fun journey getting all this XP, but like now it's not like a huge priority for me. Yeah, I don't know why Braden hasn't started a YouTube channel. I know he had the one for Clash of Clans. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Sorry, I'm just gonna boot some people. I like to try to be friendly in this chat as much as possible. He did with him is yeah, no, I also admire Brandon a lot, not only because like when I met him at GoFest, like we had like this really great conversation around like community building, and like community building is like really important to me. This is like big reason why I played the game so long, is like try to build this community. And like to me, like getting to level 40 is like whatever, but like it's like was doing this, building this community and have the shared sense of purpose, like help people get to level 40, like encourage people to reach this max level. And it was such a beautiful thing seeing people make self-sacrifices to help each other and to get around each other and rally each other and celebrate other people's successes. Like it's like what community is all about, and you become friends and you share these memories, and it's just amazing. And then when I was talking with Brandon, like I heard like similar things, similar traits, and similar stories. We talked about like how like during Easter event, yes, it was a lot of fun, but what ended up happening was like for him it was like when someone hit 40, it became very important to help the next person hit 40. But like because our Easter event was structured and how we like learned to optimize our grind a little bit more, it's kind of like people came and hit 40 and like left. And it felt after Easter event, I felt different about the 40 community within Toronto, in the sense that I felt like, you know, I knew like everybody that was hitting 40, and we kind of like this shared journey. But because like we had optimized this grind, and there's like Mega Loop, you could come down in Mega Loop, and people had stacked candies and that kind of stuff. It was different. It was still good, because obviously it inevitably was going to happen. So I admire Brandon a lot for his community building, and it takes a lot of effort to build a community, and the things that he's done in Singapore has been amazing. Not without, you know, with his flaws, and that's like any other community. But I think what he's done is amazing, beyond his particular gameplay. Have you ever thought about inviting Nick up to Toronto to let him vlog your grind? You know, for me, it's not that interesting to have someone, you know, vlog my grind, even though I respect Nick's work, like the way he edits, and especially he's like talked about this, like, you know, higher level gameplay community. I think it's great, but for me, it's not that interesting to have Nick come up and, you know, vlog my grind, mostly because I'm sharing with you guys. But I know it's really interesting for people that I play with, right? People I play with are really interested in, you know, being out there, and they want to know, you know, that they're doing great things in Toronto, and I can admire and appreciate that, for sure. So like that'd be like the reason why I'd want, you know, Nick or Holly or Reversal or Cruz or Prodigy Nation or Poke AK or anybody to come out and kind of like document like what we're doing in Toronto, is mostly for them to feel like this sense of accomplishment and sense of community. And I think it would be great. And as well, I think we have a lot of really interesting things to share and lessons we share. Like I try to share as much as possible about the things that we're doing in Toronto. Like when we did like walkthrough rating, things that, you know, that Reversal documented, and Holly, and, you know, and Nick and all them. Like we try to share those secrets, and, you know, not even have secrets, just share this community building with people around the world, and to help them optimize their grind or their approach to the game. And that's why, like, you know, we do these breakdown videos and all this stuff. So anyways, let's take a look at the Twitter poll. It looks like it says Kabutops. Do I have an alternative account? I do not have an alternative account. Good questions. I like doing these discussions. Talking. Any luck with shinies? Yeah, I got 2 shinies in this event so far. 1 of each. So, good question. I didn't realize you can tag me that way. That's nothing further around from Prodigy's Nations. But, you know, like Cruz and I, or Prodigy's I, talk from time to time. Yeah. Nah. FSU ATL, definitely not my most favorite individual. Yeah, I just like, you know, it's such a beautiful game out there. Like when you go out there and you not only when you like see weather, you experience it when it's raining, and like raining in game, and you're feeling the rain, and your phone's getting wet, and you're like, oh my gosh, all these things. Or you're like, you see that it's cloudy, or you look up the weather and you're like wondering what the weather is going to be because you can see it. I think it's like such a kind of a cool, underappreciated thing. So, lots of really good questions from everyone here. Thank you for all those that subscribed and, you know, kind of like followed my journey. Kabutops, max out Kabutops, gonna find one. Actually, really, secretly, I wanted to max out my Slowking because, you know, that's the Pokemon I have in the back of my car. Has my name in it. I think it's kind of like me, in the sense it has like kind of like this goofy smile. Really excited. Oh yeah, so how many Mewtwo's do you have? I think I have like, you know, 8 or 9 Mewtwo's and 6 of them powered up, and I can show it afterwards as well after this. Kaboot Tops. So I was hoping, you know, Slowking was going to be selected. Unfortunately, it was not. It was actually third. Beginning was even close. Kaboot Tops. I wonder what I can use it for. Rock Water. Double eat grass. As we know. Yeah, no, for sure. You know, I try not to give them funny username. I try not to give them too much attention, to be honest. Just ignore them. You know, try to promote, you know, your own gameplay and your style of gameplay, and you can. Yeah, I don't know why the ban hammer hasn't impacted them as well. So it's very confusing, but you know, let Niantic handle these things, and you know, just try to go max out your Slowking. Anyways, I'll do that for another day. Kaboot Tops. It's kind of a fun one though. Yeah. See, Kaito knows. As I put actually name it Slowking. How many catches did I have? I had like 30 something thousand catches. Actually, I have a video. If you check out my channel, there you go. Kind of looks like me. Kaito can probably attest. See, I call it Slowking. It's actually like pretty sweet. When I first quote unquote retired back in December 2017, I remember a bunch of, you know, level 40 players in the 40 club and the 40 chat actually started walking Slowking, and I was like, oh, okay, that was a really sweet gesture by them. But maybe one day you'll be powered up, buddy. So anyways, I think that's all I'm gonna do for this live stream. It was quite a long live stream. I do have to raid in the morning, so I'm gonna end it there. Thank you very much, Kaito, for... Oh, actually, no. Oh, I forgot to show it. Okay, before I end, you guys, I guess, can ask questions in the meantime and show off my Mewtwo's. So I have 8 of them. 1 ran on me, and then I missed 1 EX raid because I was in Texas. So I've had like 10 invites in total. So you can see here, this one's not max. I gotta put a little bit more candy in it. So hopefully that will be. Well, I spent a lot of my dust. Now I do have to end the stream because I do have to wake up in a few hours to go raid and, you know, collect more candy and collect more dust and all that stuff. But thank you very much for those that attended the stream. Hopefully we can do some more future streams. If you guys haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. And thank you very much, Kaito, for moderating the stream, and I love you very much.